Hi guys, welcome back to SNT Networks. In today's video, we'll be talking about AI for network engineers. This is first part of the series. I'm planning to have a 5-part series to basically, make sure you guys have a bit hands-on on AI. Plus, you have, you are a bit, start adapting with the AI aspect. So from my perspective, AI is very important, right? Initially, what we thought was AI will be important just for coders, but as we move down, uh, you know, the lane, we observe that AI is important for everybody, right? Not just the coders, which will help them create code, but also for network engineers to help them be efficient, be quick at the job, and have a better understanding at the job itself. Uh, so let's start with the series. So we'll have a 5-part series. The first part will be about basic to get you, warmed up for the later part of the series. Basically, it's a 5-part series, like I said. So let's take a quick example, right? How you can basically use AI to be better at your job, be it coders or from my aspect, what I'm talking about is network engineers, right? So the first part is just understanding. So you move on to troubleshooting a network. You have deployed a certain network. You move on to troubleshooting a network. But before troubleshooting, you need to understand how exactly will the flow happen, how exactly will the traffic flow, how exactly are you going to configure a certain router, a switch, a device, a server, etc. etc. So I've taken a very simple scenario wherein traffic is basically flowing from a freshly connected PC. This is the freshly connected PC. This is your layer 2 switch. This is your router, and this is your internet. So I have created a partition which will show you two different zones. This is the internal, and this will be the external zone. These are the servers. For typical understanding, we'll just talk about google.com. Okay. So now, from my understanding, I have already created a video around it, right? If you want to, have a quick recap, please go ahead and click on the I button, and you'll definitely get a very good understanding of how does the traffic flow from a, freshly connected PC or a PC towards the internet, and how does it traverse back. Okay. Uh, uh, it's just called understanding internet. Now, basically, in this particular setup, I am not going to explain because I am relying on AI to explain. I am just basically making sure how you can use AI to understand things better, and wherever it lacks, you can, basically based out of your intrigueness, you can basically, question AI to be better. Okay. So for this particular example, this is a freshly connected PC in the network, and I need to know how the traffic will flow. Okay. So what I can do is I can go in AI. Okay. And I can just paste this right away. Okay. So what I am typing is explain to me how does a freshly connected PC in a simple network. Okay. And I've explained the network, PC, switch, router, internet, get access to google.com, explain the traffic flow, and explain natting here. For me, natting is again very important just to understand how the internet works. So I've just typed in, and Google is responding back. ChatGPT, I'm sorry, is responding back, right, with basically how the traffic will flow. But before that, quickly, my personal recommendation, I use ChatGPT for understanding, basically, and I use Gemini wherever I need to code. Okay, these are the two things, and again I use Cursor as well. Cursor again is a very good tool, right? But these two things I regularly use. Cursor again I regularly use for my job. Okay, but Google for understanding stuff better, Gemini for actual code. Right, getting back. So this was the prompt that I pasted. Explain to me how does a freshly connected PC in a simple network, PC, switch, router, internet, exactly like this, and how the traffic will flow. So and that it has responded back. First, it is saying that you need to get an IP address first. That will happen through the DHCP process. Again, the whole process: discover, offer, request, acknowledge. The whole DORA process, and it tells you what exactly do you get. You also get a subnet mask here. Now, once you get the IP address, gateway, and the DNS address, you need to resolve your domain. So in my case, I have searched google.com. I need to resolve it. So then a DNS query will happen. Once that is happening, I get basically the response back, right? Again, since the DNS is outside the network, it must go through the router. So before that, you need to send an ARP to a gateway to get the MAC address. Now you know the MAC address. Now you send the DNS query, right? And it is explaining very beautifully, right? It is clearly telling you that since the DNS is outside the network, you need to send an ARP first. Sometimes we use ARP later on. We say that ARP will happen later on. We'll get the resolution, right? But it is not that flow. It is not really the exact flow, because you need to know the ARP. You need to know the MAC address using ARP before you send the packet across, right? So now the DNS packet is sent to the router. You get the resolution back. Once you get the resolution back, again, correct, natting again will happen. So the basic flow is, you get the resolution back, nat happens on the router. After that, a table entry is made for you, and it basically uses PAT. You see a public port here. Now the DNS server response, you get the IP address for the certain server or the google.com that you sent. So you get the IP address here. You have the response, you have the IP address. Again, now you have to send the packet to google.com. Again, natting will happen, right? And once the packet comes back, denatting will happen. Now you create a TCP session between a client and a server. Correct. The client and a server, you create a TCP session. Once that is done, again TCP, it has explained everything very beautifully. Since an CAC will happen, and once that is done, you have a HTTP request. You always send and get packets or request using HTTP request, get, post, delete, and you have response returning to the PC, and this is your whole PC summary. This is again very beautiful, right? It has this has everything, to be honest. This has literally everything. So now you don't really need anything else, right? PC boots, DHCP, user types, you have a DNS query, you perform NAT, you get DNS reply, you get TCP, you have HTTPS, you have Google, your server response back, and then you have router DNAT and reverse PC, HTTPS. Okay, and one more thing here, like I said, I'll inform you wherever we are missing something or wherever we need to inform something. We are missing SSL, because HTTPS will need SSL. In that, we'll have a chain of trust. Okay, that is called cert verification. Yeah, so if you know stuff, you can basically dig in deep. You can just say that, okay, we are missing SSL and chain of trust, and it'll start explaining you stuff better, right? Okay, we missed this. Okay, this is how it will happen. Okay, after TCP is done, TLS handshake will begin. Okay, so this is how you can basically use AI to understand stuff better, right? We'll dig in deep later on, because this is a very big topic. Okay, the next point is you have everything configured, you're able to access, but all of a sudden your router does not work as intended. Okay, now your router is not working and you're getting a certain log, right? You're basically getting a certain log. Here you can do two things. This is a log. Here you can do two things. Either you can basically go hop by hop, basically check what is the issue, what happened to my router, right? You can do because there'll never be just one router. It could be many. Okay, so you'll go hop by hop, right, and do logs here, do Wireshark here, logs, Wireshark, everything, and then you can check. Or just by using AI, I can just copy and paste this in my chat or my chat bot, just to know what exactly is this issue, and you can just say, help me troubleshoot this. Now ChatGPT will tell you clearly that, okay, this belongs to Cisco systems, right? Your interface is down, right? And this is your issue. You can just first you can use either via software to bring it up, okay, or if that does not happen, either your cable might be faulty, your SFP might have issues, right? So it has narrowed down to everything. Quick troubleshooting, it has given you everything. It's giving you commands for brief as well, so that you can know what exactly went wrong. Okay, so these are a couple of things, right, that we can use AI for. Right, in the next chapters or the next video, we will talk about configuration. We will also talk about detailed troubleshooting of extensive logs, how you can even find what exactly is the error in logs. You can, using that logs, you can also learn, not just copy paste, right? You can learn from AI, you can build from AI, you can also configure from AI, right? Even if it's UI based, CLI based, you can use AI's help to create scripts and then configure your devices accordingly. You can do that as well. So this was the first part. We'll dig in deep on other part of the series. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys want me to talk about anything specific, any specific device, any specific router, firewall, VPNs, anything, please post your questions in the comment box, and I'll definitely make sure I accommodate those in the next part of the series, so that you guys have a better understanding on how you can leverage AI to make your day-to-day activities better. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.